I was broke to the world, had no money, very early days. And I used to do the race photo finishes. And in those days they had to be hand coloured, you didn't have colour films. So some days I'd do the horses and then in the evening I'd start on the photos and do the photo colouring. Twice I worked through all night and then started work again in the morning on the horses. And then got to bed after that. Long hours, but usually very early to bed.
So that's interesting about the photo finishing.
The first time I had a winner, I thought, gosh, I wish there were a photographer here. They'd like to have in Sydney, but there weren't any photographers there. So next meeting I took my camera along, good camera. And when I didn't win the race, but the lady who won the race said, oh, are you selling photos? And I immediately thought, oh, photos, money. So I said, yes, I am. So I started the race finish photo business for me. I had a good camera. The first winner I ever had, I didn't have a photo of. And then the next time I went to the races, I thought I'll take my camera, which I did. So I was just standing there. And this woman saw me and must have thought I was taking photos. So I said, yes, I am.
But
I was in business. Before I was a racehorse runner, I was a journalist. In a very small way. I worked here in Sydney when I was about 20 for a show, horse shows, you know, jumping and hacking and things like that. I worked for a magazine, a very small magazine. And after I've been going about 4 or 5 years, R.M. Williams from Adelaide, you know, the boot people, writing people, he had a magazine. We were doing him a lot of harm. So he brought us out, and I had to work for him for 5 years, supplying 5,000 words and photos and things, which I did. So I had a good camera. I had a speed graphic, the Mickey Mouse camera of the day. And that's why, I had the gear. So when I started as a racehorse trainer, it had nothing to do with writing. I completely dropped journalism. But I had the camera, so I used it, and this woman saw me and thought, okay. So I was in business. I needed money, so that was it.
So you processed your film as well?
Yeah. On the place where I was, there's a little old garage, and I turned part of that into a dark room. Not like today. I don't know whether you wouldn't remember that even. But in those days you had to have a dark room, which was just that dark, and develop your photos and things. You couldn't just, no instant stuff in those days. I knew of Darby, of course. Everybody knew of Darby McCarthy, what a great writer he was. He was recognised, of course, as a brilliant writer by everybody, just recognised that. Saw him write a few times, but that was all, he never wrote for me.